Hello, everyone. Welcome to In the Know with Dr. Aidoo. Can you believe we are in week 7? The semester is flying by, but I hope you're doing well. I am excited because I have another spotlight interview with you. And today it's with Dr. Brenda Wiggins. So I'm excited because I can remember when I first met her, but I'm not going to talk about all of that. Let's go meet Dr. Brenda Wiggins. Hello, Dr. Wiggins.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well,
Even in week 7.
even in week 7. So I have to give you an In the Know with Dr. Aidoo welcome. Thank you for joining me. And as I was beginning to share, I was thinking as I was getting ready for this interview, the first time we met, almost 12 years ago.
Wow.
Can you believe that? And you kindly shepherded me from SciTech campus to Fairfax campus. I was nervous. I don't know if you saw that, but you were very kind to me, and I have appreciated that ever since. So I'm excited.
It was my pleasure. My
I'm
pleasure.
excited. So I have a few questions for you, and I'm going to start. The first one is, how long have you been in Mason, and what is your role in our school?
I have been at Mason since William Jefferson Clinton was president
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going somewhere.
of the United States.
Okay.
1994.
Okay.
And our family was thrilled to be moving from the Midwest
Okay.
to the East Coast, where we could go to inaugural parades and we could see what was up at the Library of Congress and go to the Smithsonian. So that was then.
Right.
First and foremost, I'm an associate professor of recreation, and I teach at the undergraduate and graduate level. Across all 3 concentrations at the undergraduate level: parks and outdoor, therapeutic, and individualized concentrations, as well as the rec administration concentration in our graduate program. And with Dr. Chalop, I oversee as an APC, the recreation management program.
So in other words, you're busy.
Who isn't?
You're busy. Well, so the other question I had for you, my next question is, can you share a little bit about your educational background? What you started with as an undergrad all the way to now?
So my undergraduate degree is from San Diego State, where I majored in recreation administration and had an English minor. My aunt made sure I had an English minor.
Okay.
Prior to graduating from there, though, I'd been an education major at Oregon State and a recreation major at Fresno State. So since then, every time I was applying for a different position or to go to another institution, I had to pay for 3 transcripts, not just one.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So then we moved 3,000 miles from the West Coast to the University of Maryland. I took a full-time position as an academic advisor in the Division of Behavioral and Social Sciences, and chose to get my master's. And my master's is in therapeutic recreation with an emphasis in aging.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Then moved 3,000 miles back to the West Coast. And a couple decades then from my previous first degree, I earned a PhD in leisure studies and services under the umbrella of tourism at the University of Oregon. So that, Dr. Aidoo, is my education.
So now the key phrase there is 3,000 miles. We were not going to do anything shorter or longer. 3,000 miles.
That's right. With a stop in the Midwest.
With a stop in the Midwest. Cool, cool. So you get your PhD, but what inspired you, led you to become a professor just in general and particularly at Mace?
So I was influenced by my cousin.
Oh,
He had earned his doctorate in
okay.
Colorado in recreation, and he was a designer of competitive disc golf courses.
Hmm.
And in fact, in his retirement, Dr. Sappenfield is still creating disc golf courses
Hmm.
across the United States. But he was the first to design a competitive one. And I just thought that it sounded like a wonderful area to go into. And I actually took one of his classes, and I called him Dr. Sappenfield instead of
Cousin.
at the time. And then, so that's where that came from. I arrived at Mason as identified as a trailing spouse, because your former director of the school, Dr. David
Yes.
Wiggins,
Yes.
got the first position.
Okay.
And then I was able, after 4 years of adjuncting, to actually get a position in our
Right.
school.
All right. And I don't think I asked you this, or maybe I did. How many years are we talking now? Could I ask that?
Well, if we count the adjuncting years, it's
Yeah.
over 3 decades.
That's amazing. That's
But
really
time has flown, as we all.
yeah. I mean, as I was just saying, it's been 12 years since we met. So yes. Okay. So now we're going to switch a little bit and go personal. You mentioned my former director, Dr. David Wiggins, but can you tell us a little bit about your family? Because there are some exciting members.
Totally agree with that. So we have 2 grown sons. The oldest graduated from his grandmother's alma mater, Occidental College in Los Angeles. And shock of all shocks, after he graduated, he decided to stay in LA, and he has been there for quite a while. Right now, he's a digital music editor for movies and TV. If anybody saw The Woman King with Viola Davis,
Yes.
he did the music in that.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, keep going.
And he's busy now editing season 2 of Perry Mason. I think it's on HBO. I saw the first season. So that's what he does. He also, and people who have had me in class have listened to his music, because I pull it up on Spotify all the time, but he's the lead guitarist for Night Jacket, which is a dream pop band. They've got 4 albums.
Wow.
And he's getting married to the sweetest girl in Kauai this summer.
Oh, wow and wow. I don't know which one to pick at, but that is really cool. The Woman King. I haven't seen it yet, but it's definitely on my list.
Yes, I want to see it as well.
And now I can say I know somebody who knows somebody who worked on the music. That's how I'm gonna say.
You do that.
I know somebody who knows somebody. And I think I may have met him once, so I may even throw in I know somebody. I'm gonna take you out of the equation and say I know somebody who worked on it.
Sounds good. Now he has a younger brother.
Yes.
Who is an alumnus of the computer science department at George Mason. He played 4 years as center field on Mason's baseball team.
Okay.
But that's not his only sport. He's a surfer, a golfer, a skateboarder, and every week he plays ice hockey where the Caps practice. And he's busy with 2 of the cutest kids and a sweet wife, and they work remotely and reside in Fairfax, Virginia.
Yes, those cute babies. Now, I think they are the MVPs of the Wiggins clan.
I agree. I agree with you.
So a lot of activity, very cool activity, but I have to come back to you. Hobbies. Can you tell us?
As I told you, my leisure pursuits. Love to read, hike every day, with the other Dr. Wiggins, and I love crafts, and recently have picked up pickleball. Now,
Oh,
not because it's a fad in 2022,
right.
but for 8 summers, I directed Camp Mason, which was in the RAC. And it was for 10 weeks every summer. I hired interns, I hired high school students, and we programmed across all program classifications, went on field trips. It was really cool. But one of the things we also did is we watched seniors play this senior Olympic sport called pickleball, which now everybody plays. And at the time I knew it could really launch to something beyond just 65 and older, because our camp counselors would play with these seniors every week, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So
are you enjoying that?
Yes, I'm not doing it enough. I want to do it some more.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. I've been hearing a lot about it. So, okay, I ask everybody this question. What is one thing that would surprise me and everyone who'll be listening to know about you, Dr.
You'll have to
Wiggins?
take it for my word, because I can't demonstrate it here.
Okay.
But I can do a Scottish double flick.
Okay.
When I'm dancing the Highland fling.
Oh. And you said we don't get a demonstration?
We do not get a demonstration.
Man, people, I was trying.
So what happened was I went to McLean High School, and not in McLean, Virginia, but this was in Fresno, California.
Okay.
And we were the Highlanders, and our particular year, they actually brought over some Scottish dancers, and they showed us different moves, and everybody was able, and everybody could play or could dance the Highland fling.
Right.
But not everybody could flick their toe twice. And it could have been a lot of my dancing lessons from the past. I don't know, but I was able to do a double flick. And so when called upon, I did so.
See, you just put the word out, when called upon. So stay tuned.
When I'm not sitting on a Zoom.
There will be a calling upon. All right. Thank you so much for sharing these hobbies with us. So I'm going to switch back and ask, a lot has been going on. You know, the pandemic turned our field upside down. But what I tell students is we are resilient and we are coming back. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think is the future of the field of recreation?
Thank you for that question. I think it's a very good one. And I am, Dr. Aidoo, very, very optimistic about recreation, but our entire school.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, our interns, our professional graduates, were all on the front lines.
Yeah.
They were either clearing park trails, because they did keep the trails open. They were maintaining our golf courses and our tennis facilities, because they were left open.
Right.
And we had a lot of individuals, including some of our adjunct faculty who teach for us, that were delivering hot meals to community centers throughout the entire time. And then there were our interns who were streaming programming to individuals who were in their rooms, in their facilities. And so they pivoted quickly to, how do I do this online? Just as we were figuring out how to teach online, they were offering all kinds of socialization and particular activities that would benefit those who needed it. So I'm very optimistic, and I do have one kind of fun fact.
Okay, let's go.
As well, and that is with only a 2% chance of automation,
Mhm.
recreation therapists will never be replaced by robots.
Well, that
Ta-da!
that is pretty cool. If ever there was job security, right? That is it right there. But
That's right.
we do need um all practitioners of recreation, right? And so that's good to know. And then we are playing an active role in getting them ready for these future careers.
Yes, we are. Yes,
So this has gone by fast, but I do have one question, one last question. As you know, we send this out to our students. And so my last question is, just in general, as we have these students and we've already talked about, what lies ahead for recreation, but more broadly for all the fields represented in our school. So the question is, what advice would you give to our students as they are working towards their future careers?
So within my work with the college marketing team,
Okay.
we went to our classes and asked students if they could identify with a certain tagline. And the one they came up with is what you and I now put on our signature within our internship. And
Right.
that was, your passion can be your profession.
Yes.
And I can truly say that my passion, I have been able to practice at George Mason University for a very long time, but it is do what you love to do. And it's the best advice I think we can give. And thanks to our students, we have adopted that in the school and are using that as our tagline. Your
Yes.
passion can be your profession.
Yes. I love that tagline. I think it hits at what we are trying to do here. And so thank you for reminding us about that. Well, Dr. Wiggins, thank you for taking again time to come and chat with me and reveal some secrets. So stay tuned because like I said before, there will be a calling upon to show these skills that you have revealed.
Fine. I will do it at some point.
Awesome.
But I want to thank you as well. I feel very privileged to have been interviewed by a 2021-2022 kindness ambassador.
Oh, come on, Dr. Lee. Okay, it's a wrap.
I would hope that you have that on your honors part of your CV, that you are a kindness ambassador, because I think that doing what you're doing right now is a perfect example.
That's not how this works, but thank you. You did not stump the interviewer, but thank you very much. Thank you all. So everyone, this is Dr. Brenda Wiggins. I hope that you have enjoyed our conversation. We will be sharing this on all our social media platforms. So please follow us. And until the next time with In the Know, I can remember my own program name. See, you flustered me. You have me all flustered right now. But until the next time with In the Know with Dr. Aidoo, please take good care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye.